Right, so, picking up from where we left off, Metal Gear Rising. I learned that if I'm going to not like a game and then come around and like it later, I should probably hide that feeling. I got a bunch of people that were pissed sending me messages on YouTube about me complaining about the beginning of the game, but I do like it better in the later chapters. Because once you hear somebody bitch about it in the first hour or two, you're like, this guy's going to hate this game forever. Why should I keep watching it? But no, I did like where it ended up going. I kind of liked the little chapter where Raiden was freaking out about him murdering all these poor people that have families and then going all Jack the Ripper mode. So it's actually starting to be more relevant that we're playing as Raiden and not just, Cyborg Ninja number 27. So that's cool. I was starting to get worried in the first couple hours that this didn't need to be a Metal Gear game and this didn't need to be featuring Raiden. It seems like they're going in a better direction with that. But let's go ahead and get started. We ended right at the end of a chapter here. I'm going to try to pop out and do some spending of resources if I have resources remaining. You're very cute, Ben.
You killed Monsoon. I'm impressed. The brains are in the server room.
I can't go into the codec thing and do some talking.
Go nuts.
Oh, I still have infinite slowdown for being Jack the Ripper. That's cool. Monsoon was a really cool boss fight, and I felt bad that I wasn't better at the game for it. I think if you're really good at parrying, then the fight looks really cool, otherwise it looks awful. I got a little bit better at it during the fight. I think mechanically this game is pretty great after the opening sequence. The only thing I'd probably change is I'd rather have a dedicated button for parrying than having it be press attack and forward. It's super confusing. Absorption. See if there's other stuff I want. Seen someone try that fight over and over and blatantly refuse to block. Yeah, do you watch this channel, Darkstar? Also, I don't think I've ever game over due to lack of health. Side dagger powered by Lorentz force, following Fleming's left-hand rule for motors. Should show this to Andrea, she'll crack up. Tactical Psi Dystopia. I'll give the Psi a try. I kind of like the pole arm. May as well give him a shot, right? And I can freely swap between them once I'm actually in the world. I don't need to stress too much about getting that perfect now. I've got my, Oh, did I have to turn these on this whole time? Oof. Oof. Owie. Yikes. That's okay. Now I know. I did turn on the dodge, which was very useful, so... So I'll keep picking up skills. Quick draw. It's easy to determine how people die in this game. No kidding. I pretty much finished making my spreadsheet for Oberdin. I might throw a link at it later in case anyone's interested in seeing it. Figured I'll just alt-tab in and out of the game to update it when we go to play it.
I'm sorry, sir. Our business hours for the day have ended.
That's cute.
We are looking forward to your next visit.
Did you say that?
If you do not comply, I will need to contact local law enforcement.
Watch out! They keep on coming!
It's gonna take me a second to remember the controls of this game. Bear with me. What about forgetting to turn my skills back on? I just did it in that menu a second ago. Oh man, that's frustrating. Sorry guys, I turned Twitch alerts back on today, assuming that the Patreon bug had 5 days to get fixed and was resolved, but it still isn't fixed. Frustrating. Thank you, Pedro, for subbing. I appreciate it. I won't dox you this time, like I accidentally did with Yukubo the other day. Where can I go to confirm that my skills are properly equipped? The menu I was just in when I was purchasing stuff, nothing had been equipped in the previous session ever, and then I fixed it. So we were saying something else happened. Oh, I see. I don't have infinite meter. Got it. I'll take a look after this stuff dies if it lets me go in and check it. I think I prefer the arm pole. That's a cool combo. Sweet. Alright, where can I confirm my skill setup? Or do I have to go to customize and go back a checkpoint for that to work? Probably is a checkpoint right there.
Raiden, Sundowner contacted you from the top floor. Time to make your way up there.
That should be a checkpoint. Ben is so furry. Just see him at the bottom of the camera there. Okay, so help me understand here. That's not a command that says press this button to equip. That's saying the current status is equipped. Alright, I guess it's a classic UI problem. Button prompts isn't equipped. Oh, I see. I didn't notice the button prompt, thanks. You have like an on-off switch. Does the switch indicate the current status or what pressing the switch will do? We're gonna be fighting a bunch of helicopters soon. I think I'm gonna switch back to, let's see. This guy. More VR mission unlocks. Always a treat.
The elevators appear to be disabled, which we should have expected, I suppose.
I will access the control unit. Perhaps you can hack an elevator and make it operational.
Ooh, splendid idea. By all means, yes. Hmm? It seems the guards are storming the building. Raiden, get back to the entrance. Buy me some time to get this elevator operational.
Do not stray too far from the elevators, Raiden. Use the weapons around you to slow them down. Throw everything at them you can.
I got behind you. Well, I generally only ever press the fast attack button. These games that do the whole, oh, you got a fast and a strong attack. I haven't played too many where I really feel the need to press strong. That's even true in something like Dark Souls.
You can control that UGT as well, yes?
Hey, straight up. What do you mean you made one? Walk on, please. Thank you. I made it to a stream. Very good. Good to see you. I was puzzled. I was like, were you an artist from Metal Gear Rising? I guess I have to use those guns, don't I? It's weird using guns in this game.
Enough with the guards. Just get in the elevator.
How's very hard shooting you? Ouch. If I can avoid fighting these guys, I'd prefer to. Nope, I think I have to kill him. Thanks, Ben. Now I can hold the controller normally.
The building is divided into upper and lower halves. The lower area consists of offices and meeting space for staff and visitors, while confidential military projects and technical research are restricted to the upper levels.
So that's where the brains in the server room will be, up top.
Indeed. But that elevator can only access the lower floors. You need to get to the 20th floor.
It's very
and
hard.
pass the
It's
security
fair.
gate there to reach the upper area.
Let me guess. Time to find another left hand?
Well, that is the problem. Security cyborgs would not have sufficient clearance. But managers and senior staff have already been evacuated, no doubt.
So...
The only option is to cut the power to the security gate, which will not be easy. It is powered by no less than 3 systems, including a backup power supply. You will need to destroy all of the electrical control panels to disable them. In any case, you should arrive at the 20th floor soon. The electrical panels are most likely
The
hidden
max
in the
difficulty
wall.
achieve
Use
or
your enhanced AR to
challenge
search
runs,
for
I
any
imagine, are
unusual
like
heat
basically you have to
sources
play
inside the
perfectly.
walls there.
I've never attempted one in one of these spectacle brawler games. Hollow chip, eh? Doesn't just up the HP. Does it change behavior at all? I'm used to difficulty changes being, primarily numerical. Well, so much for that plan. Didn't know there was another guy back there. I didn't pay attention in the corner. Energy back. Yeah, game over to be seen is pretty standard. I've done European Extreme, Metal Gear Solid 2, and maybe, I think they added that mode to Twin Snakes. For a long time, though. I got rid of his RPG. It's fine. They changed drastically? That's cool. Can you give an example of what changes? Didn't want to block there. Oof, not cool. Pick up the arm? Yeah, I thought I slashed the arm like exactly in twain, but it looks like it gave it to me, so I'll take it. I'm gonna lose all my healing items here. Higher difficulty, I assume, doesn't let you get away with using tons and tons of rations. Give me your butt. Thank you.
Use your enhanced AR to search for any unusual heat sources inside the wall sphere. There should be an electrical panel nearby. Use your enhanced AR to locate it.
Can do. It's a gecko and two Fenrirs. That's pretty cool. I do like when difficulty settings actually change the layout of the game. It's not just a math change. In fact, I think enemies dying fairly quickly is pretty important to like the integrity of this game's experience. So I'd rather it be that you have to play perfectly, otherwise you die because you take so much damage, rather than like inflating the health of enemies. That's cool. It sounds like that's the case.
There should be an electrical panel nearby. Use your enhanced AR to locate it. Excellent. Just one more.
Now keep on coming.
It's too far away. Bummer. You don't have legs now. You're less of a threat. Can I still parry stuff even if I don't see the red laser eye? Like, is that parryable, the spin attack he just did? Thank you. Okay, so the red eyeball doesn't necessarily... I don't need to depend on that for parrying. It's like the parry system in God of War. So, like, that's giving me information that an attack's about to happen, but it doesn't mean only that icon means the attack is parryable. Can activate Ripper Mold by clicking both sticks. Oh, I didn't see that at all. Thanks, this name. Only accessible when your meter's full. I have to slash this one. I thought it was going to be another guy hiding there. Interesting. Yeah, there were some dudes earlier with these big hammers, and they would give the red eye. That usually means, hey, you can parry this. But then I couldn't parry it. And I think people were saying, oh, it's because the attack is too heavy.
Ah, the security gate. It is composed of steel alloy bonded by a high-frequency electrical current. It should unlock once the power has been cut.
That's cute. It's behind a thingy.
Yes, that should take care of security. Now, head back to the gate. Contact!
These guys I can't Ripper mode normally, even though I get the red indicator. I think I can block their attacks, but I can't perfect parry them. Is there anything in their animation that indicates that, or is it just that, oh, you can tell the attack is so heavy? Oh, that's pretty sweet. Can I turn it off then? It looks like I can. Ah, but it doesn't let me grab their spine. Okay. Or I kill them so fast I don't get a chance to do it. You could, yeah, right. Parry blows from 810 Metal Gear, but not that hammer.
Shall I activate your pain inhibitors now?
No, keep them off. I need it this way.
He's so cool.
As you wish. I must say, I have turned more than a few men into cyborgs, but you... Well, your past is most,
What you getting at, Doc? Most of the time, you're working with First World ex-military. Grown men. Compared to the average Third World child soldier, I can't really complain. Most of them, they're the sort of guerrillas your typical patient gets paid to slaughter.
perhaps, but,
This shouldn't be news to you, Doc.
yes, but,
Look, just help me take care of those brains after I bring them back.
Great.
I do my
We're gonna
business,
go get a bunch of
you do
brains. I forgot
yours.
about that.
yes.
If there is a cool or funny codec call in this game, feel free to just tell me. It does seem like there's important lore in there sometimes, but...
Pouring in from everywhere. This is crazy.
Do not have to fight every enemy you encounter, man. Try and keep moving.
That's pretty neat.
Nice of them to blow open the door for me, yeah? Idiots.
The wolf was pretty funny. Yeah, I think we're gonna do the DLC. We'll see. Just see what time it is after we finish it today. I haven't really been able to tell. Does the combat rating, if you want to get the ultimate rating, does it assume that you fight everything, or does it give you extra points for avoiding stuff or stealthing? Not that I can stealth in this section, but I'm guessing it values time over virtually everything else. Time and maybe like damage taken. Oh, now I have to fight. Okay. There's a no detection bonus for sections that allow for no detection. The upper floors. That's funny. Okay. I apparently missed a prompt. Get a lot of points for doing this. Let's go. That was pretty awesome.
It will be much easier for you. Good, Ryder. Yes.
Love that riding. D rank. Oh well.
Right away's up now, yeah? Almost there. I have just finished analyzing the latest security data. You should find an indoor garden up ahead.
A garden? Sounds fancy.
A Japanese garden, to be precise. It is an area set aside for VIPs. Apparently, one of World Marshall's directors is a rather serious Japanese culture enthusiast.
That's very Metal Gear.
All right. So what's this got to
Sudden
do with
surprise
me?
Japanese
Is there
culture
something I
reference.
need from the garden?
Not at all. You need only pass through that area to arrive at a freight elevator. I found a route to the elevator controls through the unit we hijacked downstairs. I have located the server room as well. You can reach it via the freight elevator.
Great work, Doc.
Elementary, my dear Raiden. Now, head for the garden.
Okie dokie. I thought I pressed the button. Why then? I guess not. Yeah, I know, right? This name. I think that's pretty true of most spectacle brawlers, that the first thing they design is the set pieces, and they find a way to get you to those set pieces. Guess I got hit in the middle of the slowdown animation. It's funny. I don't want to eat this. Oh, so much for that plan. Okay, so he's able to counter me. Gotcha. I thought I just got it, I guess not. Maybe he had multiple blows in a row or something. I need to practice this more. I want to get this guy's arm if I can. Oh, it's that I can't change, like I parry him, but he continues his combo, I guess, so I don't get the full benefit of the parry or something. Trying to understand what's happening with this guy. Those are just blocks, not parries. Get that. Here's the arm. Being inside a building, exactly. It's just a flesh wound. I'll bite your legs off. Keep parrying until it works. Okay. So there's some enemies where the initial parry will let you follow up, but then it doesn't, like, stagger the enemy's attack, I guess. Right, don't press jump to climb shit. Inside a skyscraper makes perfect sense. Of course. Thank you.
The main exit is sealed. I very much doubt you can get through there. The catwalk above you is connected to a corridor meant for transporting materials. You can take that to the elevator.
Parry the attack, he parries your parry, you parry back. Okay. So, I think what I need to come to accept about this is, like any other spectacle brawler, the way to play it in the most stylish possible way is to memorize the animations of individual enemies. Like, you're not expected to be able to sight read parry an enemy the first time you meet it. You're going to play through the game and kind of learn the correct way to parry the hard way. And then in a later playthrough, once you've memorized all of their animations, then you'll be a badass that parries everything successfully. This is comically huge. I thought it was just going to be that little garden. This is pretty funny. It's this whole giant, like, little city inside the building. I dig it. It's fun that it's this goofy. I need to be careful and not fight two of them at once. Oops, that was not what I was expecting to happen. Shit. Oh, hopefully there's not another one of those gorilla enemies. I keep wanting that slowdown button to be my... Oh, there is a gorilla enemy. Great! I keep wanting the slowdown button to be the parry button, but it's not. I tried to dodge, no dice. I guess both of these enemies are frustrating to fight if you don't have, if you didn't finish stealthing them successfully. Oof, ouch. Dodge, please. Or don't. bosses changed too? That's cool. I should just focus down the gorilla. I think I managed to take his arm off, that's cool. Let's try to use Ripper mode on these guys too, it seemed helpful. Yuck though. Not doing great on repair nano bastes. Just gonna try to get some more healing items. I don't think, maybe outside of the very first encounter, that you're ever meant to fight a gorilla head-on. Like, they seem like they mostly appear in stealth sections. So the way they're set up is they're meant to punish you for getting caught. I don't know what's slashable. Maybe this is what I was looking at earlier. It really meant Japanese village. I know, right? First I was like, oh, maybe it's this little tiny room. That's kind of neat, I guess. This is pure, silly Metal Gear. Yeah, I like how just this one level is more Metal Gear than virtually anything in MGS5. Mostly grenades. I need to get a better intuition for what stuff I can cut through. Do breakable environmental objects like walls, are those shown on the detective vision? Or like wire fences? Mastiffs. Oh, I see. I think. Oh, that's nice. They give it to me even if I don't have meter. I appreciate that.
All right. Follow the catwalk straight ahead to reach the elevator.
Oh, so it uses the same blue means cut. But sometimes you can only see that when you're already in slowdown mode, right?
My apologies,
I think.
Martin. I seem to have fallen behind.
No worries.
Thanks a lot, RoboDog.
I should thank you.
What are you talking about?
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten Jack back.
Then, that is your true nature.
More or less. Still interested?
I find no reason to alter my objectives. From the moment we met, you have acted on emotional urges. You speak of protecting those weaker than you. Such people number in the billions. It is
That's
impossible.
pretty great.
You cannot save every human being in the world. You cannot save every street child. After extended observation, I have come to a conclusion. Your actions are rooted in affinity for those from similar circumstances as yours.
Huh. Guess so. Not much of a superhero after all, huh?
However, your emotional status is understandable. Perhaps I share this same affinity.
Well, if that's what you feel, then glad to have you along.
Roger.
You can
He's
reach
pretty
the server
funny.
room via
I
the
like
great
him.
elevator just ahead.
I love when you first meet him and he's like telling you all this shit that shouldn't matter unless if he's going to be a character later, right? My memory is routinely wiped. Like, okay, dude. Kind of lore oversharing. Oh shit. Didn't realize this was even that kind of room. Right. Oh, come on. Give it to me. There it is. First try. This guy's got an arm that I would like very much. There it is. What else is in here? Oh, you're still alive. I do love that arm pull. It's very silly. Purest kind of first try, alright. Happens a lot to me in this game. Yeah, I guess I can cut this, but it doesn't glow at all. Maybe they don't all glow? Oh, neat. Significant stat bonus. That is non-sortable glass, okay. Secrets won't display, I see. Oh, interesting. I triggered Ripper mode in the cutscene. Oh, Ripper mode persists while I'm in that. Interesting. I didn't think it would work that way. It's kind of cool. Don't do that. It's mean. Perfect. Cool. You gotta have an elevator level.
Look up, Raiden! Another freight platform!
Oh no, it's dueling elevators, even better. Bomb SC7 up in here. Oh, right. Oh, I didn't realize I could break their shield eventually. That's neat. Seems like you want to cancel it mid-animation to get the full heal. Oh, it's just right. At the Scorpion boss, the one when you're leaving Shinra HQ. Got an enemy on the other side of the... They've been their own elevator, basically. That's too bad. Should have waited longer. Give me your spine. A lot of the animations for fighting Gecko are from the MGS4 cutscene. That's funny. I did feel like there's a couple assets in this that feel like they're straight out of MGS4. That's good. You guys want to come down here?
Careful, Raiden. The elevator cannot take much more of this. Jump to that adjacent platform.
Okay.
The platform is losing speed. Scheiße, the tripods are interfering.
I was able to move during a cutscene, that's funny.
Do not let them block the elevator.
Ripper mode's pretty neat. Aww, that's too bad. Especially I really needed it against this guy too. Oh shit. Go up the elevator, jerkwads. Thank you. Gotta get that Gatorade. It's got electrolytes. Later, sir. Safe travels. It's what cyborgs crave.
They are deploying security from the top floor to the freight elevators. Your path to the server room leads right through them.
Ow, these assholes. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Can I get... Once I've started lock-on, can I swap lock-on to... Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Aww. They're moving pretty fast in that. Interesting. I got your arm. He's Black Knight hitting me. Alright, right out of here. Oh great, my favorite. Please let me get some Ripper mode. Switch to the flying thing. Switch to the flying thing. There it is. Not from that angle, I guess. Ugh. The worst. Switch to the flying thing. Nope. Not getting it. What, to fill my meter? Wait, or did I just equip it? Use. I see. Thank you. Yeah, they're frustrating to fight. My only issue with the hammer guys is that, like, the only way you know that they're unparryable is to try to parry them a bunch of times and be like, oh, that doesn't work. But I don't think that the genre is meant to be sight-read, at least not to look stylish, if that makes sense. I think that's true of Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. Like, you gotta know, oh, okay, when I do this, use this animation, then I can parry at this timing. Especially that Monsoon boss feels like the way you look cool in that fight is you know exactly how many hits they use.
The server room's ahead?
Yes, according to what I have here.
What should I expect to find? If they're VR training those brains, I'm guessing it won't look like your typical IT department.
Quite right. Most of it will likely be occupied by life support units. Feeding oxygen and nutrition to the brains they have stored, you know. They would also need a server to feed them the VR data, but in terms of structure, it's really more brain storage and maintenance than a server room. But no doubt it makes a convenient euphemism for what they are really doing there.
Yeah, like how CIA agents refer to where they work as the company.
Indeed. Something like that would never arouse
It's
the
very
suspicions of rank-and-file staff who
Kojima-esque.
may hear it. And I'm sure those
Here's the thing I
complicit in this
know.
operation feel better not calling it the VR training room. Even something so simple as a name can help one ignore the truth of what they are doing. Truly fascinating how the human brain works.
So this whatever room, that's where Sundowner's waiting, right? If he wants a fight, I wish he'd just get on with it. He didn't seem the type to run and hide.
Well, he is in charge of security, but I suspect this is not about business. If I had to guess, I would say he is toying with you, testing you, perhaps.
Whatever he's doing, it won't change what's going to happen once I finally
If I were
catch
to
up.
play this game again off stream, I would try to do it on a harder difficulty and by trying to get parrying correct on almost every enemy. I guess I just had to fight some of those mastiffs without there being a stealth section. Usually they're in a stealth section though. Maybe that's what Ripper mode is for. It's kind of an interesting what's the word, cadence you try to get into, rhythm in this game of like making sure that you've got your Ripper mode up for the annoying enemies that you can't parry.
Miss Troll.
Oh. We really liked her animation and skill set. We want to bring her back. That's funny. That's fine. I thought she was a cool boss fight. Get to hear her cool theme again too. Ouch. Baby Mistral. I think this is my favorite track in the game so far when it doesn't have the vocals. Really like that dodge move. Better intuition for when to use it. BD Mistral. You probably deflect those projectiles at her, right? Even though there's no eyeball, red eye thing. Yeah. he being body double. It's very Japanese. Unnecessary English acronym, right? I think I just blocked. You parry, can you like reflect the matter or something? Shit. Bye-bye, probably, maybe, possibly. Not quite, I guess. There it is. Jeez. Hey, Chaos, how you doing? Oh, shit. That was interesting. We need Monsoon, huh?
Well, if you say I could
Boss rush this early,
no
huh?
problem for you, yes?
I think I have to throw grenades at his face. He does that. Maybe his own psi works against him too, who knows. Let me give it a shot. I don't think that did anything, I can't tell. Maybe it did. It may have also just been coincidental. I was trying to use the, what do you call it? Use my words here in a second. Let me try to finish them off first. I was trying to use the grenades in the actual first boss fight and struggled with it. Like I would use them and it didn't seem like they did anything most of the time. Sweet. Shit, I thought I hit that in time, I did not. That was cool. Glad we got a chance to fight it again. Probably won't be the last.
Keep going, Raiden. You are almost to the server room.
Alright, let's get my thingy back. Arm pull.
Don't disrupt the students while class is in session. I believe you're familiar with the lesson plan. The same
Oh, it only
regimen
works
you
in
went
that
through in
state?
Liberia.
I see.
Effective program. Just look how you turned out. Of course, running it in the real
The room's shaped like a brain.
complicated.
Isn't that cool?
Virtually though, no fuss, no muss. Straight to the brain. It's like a dream. Well, maybe dream is the wrong word. They do kill some POWs, some civilians. They enjoy it though. We give their pleasure centers a nice big jolt every time. Plus, They get a shiny new body as a graduation present.
How long is the speedrun for this game-ish?
Another thing you have in common. I chose this. They're kids, you son of a bitch. And kids are cruel. All people are by nature. They just lose touch with it as they get older. Start thinking they know right and wrong. That's immoral.
I think I ended up having to do just constant attacking.
This, code of conduct that.
90 minutes, wow,
Kids,
impressive.
You can mold, manipulate it to performing all kinds of atrocities. And there's nothing like a good atrocity to
It's a pretty good length for a speedrun.
That's why I'm shutting you down. Oh, you just don't see the bigger picture, do you? Say you bring this whole place down. Waltz out of the rubble with all these precious brains. Nothing changes.
A converted child's brain?
All the guys in charge are long gone. We've got offices around the world.
It's pretty fucking dark.
We're just suppliers. We don't create the market for war. And who does? The Patriots are gone. Those guys just manage the war economy. They didn't.
Raiden doesn't have a robot brain though, right? He's like a earlier generation. They had him go through VR missions where they were like literal VR, where he had like a headset on, presumably.
War is just part of who we are. Why fight it? Anyway, none of this will matter in 3 hours. Demand for PMCs is about to skyrocket. Like the good old days after 9/11.
Right.
What are you talking about? Not here. Follow me.
It's interesting that 9/11 happened in this universe, even though all the other Metal Gear
Get
games
Sundowner.
were
Do not lose it this
primarily
time.
set after 9/11. Right. That makes sense. Oh shit. Ooh, ninja running. Why you gotta do me like that? That's pretty cool. Neat long hallway to the boss as well.
How's this, Jack? We can play up here without damaging the merchandise. What happens in 3 hours? Don't matter.
I don't know why I got cleared, but if you type exclamation point hide before your message, then I won't be able to see it, but other people in chat can. So try to use that if you're talking about anything that's coming up.
Slow and painful.
That's cool. So he's tanky.
Like I said, kids are cool, Jack. And I'm very in touch with my inner
Let me try to take out the helicopters first. It's probably why they gave me a billion.
You can be cooler than that, Jack.
Be crueler than that. Probably need to get Ripper mode turned on. Wow. Let me switch to my shit, man. Thank you. Over here mashing left D-pad. Shit, wrong button. Thing just launched. Sorry, I have to hold it down. I got the one thing taken out. That didn't do shit. homing meter, please.
Explosive armor. Right. Keep your blade away from the shield.
Ah, I see.
Can't break this shield, Jack.
Shit. Already out of rocket launcher meter. Hold on. Got a homing missile. Let me switch to it. Oh, come on, dude. Let me kill the thing, jerkwad. Probably just throw regular grenades at it to get it to go away, right? I just did.
Your body should analyze it for you. Show you where to attack so that's not detonate. If you can only hit the right spot with your blade, maybe you can drop it down.
I see. Got it. That's what I'm supposed to do, is slice along the bottom of his guard. Fucking helicopter back. So many swear words in this game. I thought I blocked that, I guess not. He puts his guard up pretty fast as part of the tricky part of it. I guess it didn't work. Alright. Maybe I get behind him, perhaps? Let's go back to using grenades. Okay, he punishes you from attacking from behind, it looks like. Oh, that's neat. What's that about doing this fight wrong?
Can't lay a finger on me.
This can't be happening.
Oh shit, ran out of healing items. Actual game over, not from falling off the map.
You can be crueler than that, Jack.
Oh. I'll ask for a tip if I need any help, if you wouldn't mind waiting until I get stuck. You can talk about stuff in hide though in the meantime if you're frustrated that I'm not doing it right.
Explosive armor. Right. Keep your blade away from that shield.
That's a good question to ask, Percolator.
Your body should
Oh, I
analyze
see.
it for you. Show you where to
Check
attack
right
so
away.
that's not detonate. If you can only hit the right spot with your blade, maybe you can drop his gun.
Bring your thing up, please. Thought I had that blocked for a second. Ow. Forgot how you do a vertical strike. Just by moving the left stick. I mean, I probably just have to use the right stick. Do a manual slash. Yeah, that was reasonable. Didn't deserve it. Ouch. Come on. I missed, and then it takes forever to reload once you miss. I was hoping to deflect that. No dice. No, don't target him. It's annoying. I should just ignore that thing. I keep wanting to take it out, but it's... I have to take damage to do it effectively. Some of his shit. Oh, but he still had shield out, I guess. Okay. Nope. I waited too long. Oops. Oh, right, I can't do it. They don't have any meter. I got more of his shield taken off. Perfect. Ow.
What's wrong?
Huh. I guess I must have slightly nicked the explosive side of it. I think I got it now. I'm gonna not bother with fighting the helicopter anymore. Oh, that's the first time I've been hit by that. Look at that noise. Ah, I didn't get it. Bummer. Put your shield out. You know you want to. Here we go. Ah, but I can still accidentally slash the thing. Okay. I see.
Show you where to attack, so it does not detonate. If you can only hit the right spot with your blade, maybe you can drop his gun.
Oops. Probably need to do it one more time, but I think I get it a little bit better now. There we go. Okay, that works better. Now you've got no shield thingies, dum-dum. Yeah, there's a Muse concert at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, which is driving distance from us. Andrea wants to go to it. Muse is her favorite band, so we're gonna go drive to Vegas. Oh, come on, man. Trying to bring up the... I think you have to be standing completely still to bring up this menu. Shit. Well, that was a waste. Couldn't get back out of the... Oh wow, I'm just completely stun locked now. That sucks. Use up all of my meter. Alright. Basically, don't go in the inventory in this game is what I'm learning. It's generally a bad idea. That's cool. What's that giant thing? It's a good codec.
Playtime's over, Jack. Time to die.
I didn't see that in chat until he was already dead. What does it say? I do like all the boss fights in this game. I think they're pretty cool. I like that they've got that Metal Gear puzzle to solve thing, which is sorely missing from MGS5. Alright, depth perception. I make fun of his scissor blades, it's funny. I go really far left, it looks like, but I want to avoid it. One that's in the dead center.
What's wrong? Answer me! Raiden! Raiden!
Can you avoid the second phase by only not taking out all of his shields? I was wondering about that. Oh, there's a weapon I can use. Okay, that changes things a little bit. The thing I'm on? Oh, this wall here. Okay. Sure. That's cool. I thought when they said you should use your vision to look at him, what they meant was that I was supposed to, like, slash at his feet underneath the shield. But I guess I never actually triggered it when I would have seen those squares available. And I was able to get him to drop his shield by, like, dodge rolling behind him. That's probably what I've ended up doing if I hadn't have seen that. It was just to dodge behind him. Dodging seems pretty strong in this game. Enemies don't seem to plan for you to do it.
Attaboy, Jack.
What happens in 3 hours?
Death monologue.
He'll launch Operation Tecumseh.
Who? Armstrong?
I've already said too much.
Pissed off Quentin Flynn doing his best Batman voice. It's funny.
Got yourself shaving?
Asshole. He's good. Real good. You knew this would happen, didn't you? Well, you get your wish. Up to you now. Sam.
Raiden here. I've taken Marshall HQ.
Yeah. I have just entered Denver airspace.
Yeah, I don't like dodge rolls that simply move you. I like iframes on dodge rolls.
What Sundowner said.
I know. Anything that'll rival 9/11 cannot be good.
And in 3 hours, maybe less. He said even Mach 2 could not get there in time.
If he was serious, that's over 4,000 miles away.
4,500. So whatever it is, it's not happening on American soil.
If it's gonna spike demand for PMCs, it's gotta be a political hotspot. A coup or civil war in a stable region wouldn't have a domino effect.
And they'd want to draw in a superpower. No.
What?
The president. He's on his way to Pakistan.
Oh,
if something
shit.
happens to him there,
Oh, shit. The War on Terror Part 2.
contact the
I
military.
mean,
Official
I guess
channels
maybe
are
it
frozen
ended in this
to
universe.
Unofficial channels will take too long.
Besides, what's our proof? Who's gonna believe us over World Martian?
Then we have to get there first.
Never
We've been
first.
recording all of this so far.
It is the other side of the planet. Even if we were in the world's fastest jet right now, it's not even close.
Hold up. It's not a jet we
She's
need.
got a plan.
An RLV would make it with time to
Metal Gear
spare.
6 without Kojima?
That's...
I don't know, at this point, it might be good. I kind of want to see, like, people who know what they're doing and who like Metal
that will
Gear
make Pakistan in
making the
under
game
half an hour.
without Kojima.
Right. Contact Solar.
After seeing 5, I mean, I know that Konami's a soulless corporation and they do a lot of stuff that's really bad. I guess Metal Gear Survive was pretty terrible. Did anyone in chat subscribe for the first time on Patreon today? I shut off the alert earlier because I thought it was the Patreon API issue, but someone actually subbed at the start of stream, like right when I turned the thing on, just coincidentally. If you're the one who did, shoot me a whisper. I'll get you hooked up with your perks. It may have been somebody from YouTube as well. Sure. That was you, Uber? Thank you very much. That's super cool of you. I will hook you up. If you want to start thinking of a game you'd like to see for Subblock, that's when we play for about an hour a week. Let me know what that is, and you also will get a permanent voting slot. You won't have to wait for an auction to get a game on the voting system. So if there's a game you wanted to have on the voting system right now, said shoot me a Whispered or a Discord DM, and I will hook you up. But thank you, that is super rad of you. I really appreciate it. I get my fuel cell. Hey, thanks, Chaos. Absolutely, I cut it off last time. Sensor blades. I'll give them a try. I really like the arm pull.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I see that. As good as I'm gonna get with that thing. Does the Fox Blade have different stats? Is it like strictly better than the high frequency blade? Really appreciate it, Uber. Thank you. I'll shoot you a whisper after stream to see what games you want to see for Subblock and the voting system. Perfect. Yeah, and I've got a complicated channel, so if you haven't already, if you get a chance to check out faq.marstead.com, it should kind of give a overview of most of the systems I just talked about. Foxblade is game breaking. Oh, that's interesting. Creators your rating. So it's like this game's equivalent of the stealth camouflage in a main series Metal Gear game.
Cargo's all set to go, sir.
Excellent. Commencing takeoff in semi-auto mode. You know, this kind of space launch once required days of preparation.
Solus has been conducting test flights almost
You
every
were
day
right,
for the last
Leon.
6 months. As long as we're not breaking atmosphere, they said they can reroute today's flight no
Oh,
problem.
yeah, I'm sure that's how that works.
The Earth is the cradle of humanity, but mankind cannot stay in the cradle
That's
forever.
pretty nutty.
I'm only going as far as the
Pop over to
thermosphere.
NASA and be like, hey, can we
This
use
thing
your
can't
shuttle
pass the Kármán line. That lunar
instead of what
vacation
you
will
want to
just have
do?
wait.
And
To
here
go to
I
an
was
emergency
hoping you
mission
might
in
bring back
Pakistan?
A monolith. Scheiße! 2 bogies closing fast!
Is it?
Who else? The flight pattern suggests unmanned MQ-320s.
Not an unmanned MQ-320. No, the Xbox 23 on re-entry.
Shit.
This is a transport chopper. Our defensive options are limited.
That's from a gravity assist from the Earth. So lets it get that
Missiles
fast.
incoming!
It definitely has that. Kojima read the Wikipedia article about something and then decided to use it in his game feel, even if Kojima didn't write this one.
EMP? Yes, but not strong enough to take out the drone. Here they come!
I'll handle this.
Raiden!
Secret weapons? That's cool.
And people say Germans aren't funny.
Do you mostly find the other stuff by finding them in levels, or is it rewards for beating the game, beating a stage with a certain ranking or anything like that? Without any like specific unlocks, just curious. I felt like the only weapons you would get would be the ones for fighting bosses. I assume there's a New Game Plus where you can start the game with all the weapons as well, right? Collectibles? Oh, okay. Oh, like the arms?
Bring the chopper around.
The green arms you can cut off? Orbiting is falling really fast, so you missed the Earth. I see. Roger. That was pretty neat. Who needs guns when you got a high-frequency sword? I think Metal Gear Rising is a pretty cool guy.
This is easier said than done, you
He
know.
fights the drones and he doesn't afraid of anything.
Raiden!
Beating very hard at Revengeance. Revengeance is like the European Extreme equivalent. Yeah, I know, right? It's really dumb. I love it. I think that's one of the main things I thought was missing about Metal Gear Solid 5 is that it was dumb in certain parts, but it like didn't wink at the camera the way this game does, right? Or the earlier Metal Gears tend to do. It was just too dreary. think Snake Eater had the best balance of that, where it would do stuff that was really stupid, and it's like, yeah, it's a cheesy James Bond movie. Of course we did this stupid thing. Yeah. We gotta get to Pakistan. We gotta go hijack the fucking space shuttle. Okay.
I am sorry, my friend.
Dumb in the right way is a good way to put it.
Sacrifice will not be forgotten.
I think that's the big issue with... Oh yeah, Raiden's totally dead. That's the big issue with 5 is that... And 4, that it keeps trying to explain everything. And it's like, no, it was fine when it was dumb and you didn't try to explain it. It was like, okay, there's a psychic guy, there's a dude who's photosynthetic, whatever, that's fine. It's very silly, you know? One of these guys had an arm that I wanted, didn't they? I may have killed him on accident. Yeah, he just blew up. It's fine. I think 5 is busted independent of it being unfinished. Like, it's also unfinished, which is bad. But, like, the ideas that are in there are very questionable.
Right? I can handle this. You just get those brains out of here.
If you don't consider it canon, it doesn't take the old games. I think that's true. Since it takes place after the rest of them.
Ah, the young ladies' company, yeah?
Right. It's like super obvious in Metal Gear 1 and 2 and Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 that you're not supposed to take this seriously.
Borrow some. A lot of cars got abandoned when the evac order came down.
But won't the roads be blocked?
Like, Psycho Mantis is what the series should be about, I think. Explaining Psycho Mantis is what it should not be about.
Some distance between me and World Marshal. What's left of it.
I feel like Raiden's a good character to use because, like, he was already so hated. And MGS4 redeemed him a bit after Snake Eater mostly just made fun of him. It's interesting. Konami has now, or not Konami, but Kojima has now tried to do the fourth wall break, you are the player thing. You are the character you're controlling twice, right? I guess, spoilers for MGS5, if you didn't watch all 50 hours of that game and you don't want to know the ending, maybe mute this stream here in a second. But the whole thing with Venom Snake, I think works a lot better if you don't have the sudden, oh wait, no, he's the medic. And the whole thing with Raiden works better if it doesn't have the, oh wait, no, he's a child soldier from Liberia who personally knows Solidus, right? I think it would be way cooler if Raiden was, you just are Raiden. It's kind of a half measure. And games have done that before. Like, you know, there's a significant fourth wall break in Earthbound. Most of the Raiden hate come from a couple places. Part of it, people were mad that they didn't play as Solid Snake, which I get what Kojima was trying to do there. I'm impressed that he was able to keep it a secret above everything else. A lot of the problems with Raiden aren't really specifically with Raiden, they're with, like, the Raiden adjacent characters, like Rose. I think he would have worked better if it was just him and the Colonel, and maybe the people that you meet on the mission, like Peter Stillman and Snake. But like I said, most of my issues with Raiden are where they, like, the game seems to be hinting at, oh, Raiden represents you, the person holding the controller, except he actually does have some character. There's also the fact that, like, Raiden in the English version keeps saying what all the time. Which, like, Snake does that too. He just doesn't say what. He says, he just repeats the proper noun that they use, Metal Gear. second floor sub-basement of the tank hangar. Like, Ryan's like, what? What?
Raiden, hurry. It may be an RLB, but it still needs time to accelerate and decelerate from first costing velocity. Could
Yeah,
require more
that's what I
than
mean.
30
Like,
minutes to get to
it
Pakistan.
feels like Kojima wanted it both ways, both for Raiden and for Venom Snake. He thought both ideas were cool, and they are cool, but I would have rather he either like completely own that Raiden is his own character and leave out the fourth wall stuff, or done the opposite, left out Raiden as a character and just had him be a complete player implant. Because that's like part of the core plot of MGS2 is that, oh, you're being trained in VR, you're playing Metal Gear Solid to become a soldier. Very poorly, probably. Imagine that people in real life don't get shot in the gut and then go, oh, it must have been the wind. Did you say nerd? Yeah, right. I wonder, I'm actually curious if Raiden is as hated in Japan. Because that's the other thing, is he's got the Bishonen style. Compared to Snake, who is very, like, you know, the Western stereotype of a badass male action hero. And it's almost like Kojima instructed Quentin Flynn to kind of give him a whiny voice. He avoids that in this game. He's mostly doing the Quentin Flynn Batman voice. I guess he does in Metal Gear Solid 2 as well. Kojima clearly knew it was a thing though with all the Rykov jokes and Snake Eater, so whether it was a thing in Japan or not, it's interesting. I think of Kojima as being very, very similar to George Lucas in that he's a great idea man. He has some of the coolest concepts, some of the coolest set pieces, and he works really well when he has other people coming in and kind of like telling him no. But when he is the sole arbiter of everything in the game, and everything gets in there, every little idea he has fits. I love the Sneak Theater. It's awesome. Oh no! I'm actually curious how Snake Eater is so good and Metal Gear Solid 4 is so fucked up. Like, how did that happen? Part of it, I think, is that in Snake Eater, Kojima actually kind of creates a limitation for himself, and he's like, okay, I'm going to set this in the 60s, so that means everything can't be fucking nanomachines, you know. Then in Peace Walker and MGS4 and MGS5, he kind of bails on that. Yeah, it's fine, it's in the past. It's parasites now. Kojima took the wrong lessons from Snake Eater's praise. Trying to limit him to make a better game, but he took it as a personal affront. Yeah. But really what it feels like is, especially you can see this in 5, that it's like every idea he ever had about the game is in there. Instead of it having like one clear message and maybe a couple, you know, B-plots on the side, it's like, here's 7 different things that this game is about.
I've located a route with relatively light security. I will mark the heading on your Soliton radar.
This name, I don't remember that conversation. Can you elaborate on what you mean? Like, what lessons did he take?
Don't kill me! Evacuation. I was... Yeah? What? Got the cover story? No, I just... Whatever. I don't have time.
Well, so much for that plan. I love the implication with Jack the Ripper that like these guards all still have families and stuff. It's just Raiden doesn't give a shit anymore. It's kind of cool to explore Raiden kind of being a bad guy, kind of sort of. I wasn't expecting them to take that direction with this game. Shit. Can't be too close to them. And very little nanomachines in this. Everything revolve around the pause. People think her dying wish was. Sure, yeah, I can see that. Like, the boss was legit a very compelling character. Probably Kojima's best character that he's written. She has a simple motivation and makes sense. It's revealed through a cool twist.
Exit the helicopter. Proceed out of the city. I will contact you when I am on the ground.
Oh shit. I don't want to fight those guys. I really, really don't want to fight them. Unless if I can do that, then I don't mind as much. Is there a person in here? I don't think that's on purpose. That's funny. Oh shit, I think I have to kill him to get out of here. Uh-oh. Okay, I can just go. Got it.
You have escaped the pursuit?
Seems like it.
You have passed the last of the barricades. Save your strength. Find a vehicle.
Right. That should do nicely.
It's a cruiser too. I feel like Raiden's more of a sport bike kind of guy. That's funny. Puts his phone number on there. Oh, that's really silly. I love it. Game was totally missing a motorcycle. Yeah, I gotta... Do I have Crazy Motorcycle on my computer? I probably do. Yeah, fuck that noise. 3 Mastiffs in a small space. I'm good. No, new fuel cells. Bummer of bummers. Via his weapon, okay. Should've gotten this first. It's more of my bag. Hey, sir, welcome back. How you doing? It's not just a cruiser, it's like a chopped cruiser. I have to think of the gas tank. It's great.
Everything okay on your side?
I am out of Colorado airspace and nothing on the radar.
Good. I'm almost there.
Seems like he's driving really slow. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Cass. Need to get Crazy Motorcycle running here. Is there gonna be a mission with me? Okay, maybe there still is. We'll see. Not Jetstream Sam. Fucking with my dog, man? That means war.
Right. Having a little heart-to-heart?
I have analyzed his words and actions. I am unable to ascertain his motivation.
Fancy meeting you here.
You knew I'd come. I suppose I should thank you for not killing everyone at the launch site.
Well, not if you say it like that.
For a hired killer,
Oh, cool, Chaos.
you're not very good at your job.
The war.
So Leak suggested it's going to come out anytime soon?
Right. Big raises all around once World Marshal gets all those
Sometime before
contracts.
2050?
I'm not talking about money, Jack. I'm talking ideals.
Excuse me?
Forget it. We've both heard enough speeches about higher causes by now.
Yeah, no kidding. Metal Gear Solid.
History will decide who's right.
Really?
End
2080.
of story.
You sound very optimistic, Destroyer. I guess Kingdom Hearts 3 actually came out. That's a real thing, apparently. People have played it.
I don't
I'm not gonna believe it until I see the credits roll.
And I've got cause enough for killing you.
Huh? Oh, good. Why, that's very good. Yes, I like that.
Must you really fight?
He likes both of us. Poor doggo.
Don't interfere.
This is between
That's
us.
goofy. Alright, so he wrecked me in the opening mission. We'll see how it goes here.
And it ends here.
Okay. Let's dance.
Nice booty butt.
Just you and me, Jack.
No kidding. That's cool, you can cut the rocks. Shit, pressed the wrong button for blocking. Cool.
Only a good time, Jack.
Oof, yikes. Let's go. You're right, I did. Not kidding me. I gotta wait a little bit longer. Oh. CQC'd me! How dare you? Only I may do that. I wait longer. Ah, pressed it too late that time. Come on, dude, do the thing. You know you want to. Or maybe you won't. Nope. Too late. Nope. I gotta do a little bit earlier than that. I don't know if that can be parried. Maybe it can. I guess we'll see. Come on, friend. I can definitely block it. There's a high-frequency wooden blade, and that's funny. You're stuck in the rock, you goof! Pretty boy. Evidently an earthbender. Nope, that was his earth attack. That was like his complicated counterattack for me hitting him while he had the glowing yellow, probably. Oh, I thought I pressed it in time. I did not. Nope. Pressed it too early. Please don't stun lock me. Yeah, let's keep this juggle thing going. Wish I could have juggled him longer. That was pretty great. I think I should be trying to hit his guard more. I was worried about him parrying me was a thing. Nice. That was a pretty rad juggle. Get like 20% of his health before he hit the ground. Machine learning AI? Oh, right on. Yeah, I don't know how many, I didn't notice how many rations I had. Cyber pastes, I should say, excuse me. I was at 0? Oh, golly. Neat.
He is dead.
He barely had any cyborg enhancements.
Was this outcome necessary? Evidence inconclusive.
I guess even AIs don't know everything.
Would have been cool if all the cyborgs in the game had white blood up until Sam, and you stab him and he has red blood.
Additionally, human conflict stems from opposing ideals and societal norms.
Future slime. I feel like that should be a TV Trips article if it's not already. Oh, really? This name? Yeah, I was confused by the line.
A VT7 high frequency.
I was wondering if they got rid of the white cyborg blood. I thought that was really cool.
Enhancement directly correlates to the quality of the original weapon. My file indicates Sam inherited the sword from his father.
That's awesome. That would have been so cool. Be like, wow, he's that much of a badass. Thanks, Robot Doggo. Well, Raiden had white blood in Metal Gear Solid 4, right? I was actually surprised when he gets attacked in this one and his blood is red. Hey! What's with doggos with swords in their mouths?
Hurry!
Roger that.
That's what I was wondering, sir. Otherwise the West wouldn't like it. So we got Amaterasu, we've got Sif. I feel like I got a couple others on the tip of my tongue. Well, sure. D-Dog, yeah. Oh, there's a code I call that explains the switch from white to red. I probably missed it. What did they say? That's great. The series of super short chapters makes me wonder if they were planning to make this game bigger. It's fine though, I'm glad. I think it works for the game. It doesn't need to be longer than it is so far. Try to save for the fuel cell. I guess this isn't NASA. I guess this is like SpaceX. And Elon Musk is like, yeah, okay, you can hijack our rocket and use it to go to Pakistan. We don't have to change anything for that to work. It's very reasonable. To fumble for a piece of pizza without looking? Madman. Jesus.
Are you, Mr. Raiden, sir?
Where is she?
I'll tell her you've arrived.
Over here! Hi there, stranger.
Hey,
Wow.
you're looking good.
Late third act.
Little friend.
It's a
Sunny.
long story.
Shake?
I'm about to ask, what the hell happened to... That is Sunny, right?
Good boy. I guess we don't really have time to catch up.
Sorry, not really.
It's okay.
Now that she's
Follow
over her
me.
stutter, you can wish her dead. She seems to walk fine. She's a cool anime mechanic now, I guess.
So exactly what kind of...
You'll see.
I love that in the future of Metal Gear, so like everything's so serious in Metal Gear,
Yeah?
that in the distant future, Raiden just kind of gets a 9-to-5 job murdering people to provide for his son, who's in New Zealand or something. And Sonny got a job with Elon Musk.
It uses a hybrid lace ramjet engine I designed. Well, are you in a hurry or not?
Right. Hey,
She became a different
thanks, Sonny.
anime archetype than she was in MGS4. Now she's the kawaii genius inventor. Yes, I know, Marty, you're so hungry.
The flight plan is already set. You're good to go. Please switch off all cell phones and portable gaming devices. And remember, this is a no-smoking flight.
I feel like Raiden could probably pay for his family by just, like, you know, working in a call center or
No
something.
time for that.
Just one of these missions is probably enough money to pay for them forever. Still can't make eggs. That's so stupid. I love it. New Zealand isn't cheap. Yes, Marty, have patience. Okay. And then we went to Metal Gear Solid 5. So I got a sec, I'm gonna go pause and check on Marty. He's not close enough for me to, like, soothe him. Eat her, Darkstar.
Well, anything?
Nothing. You sure we got the right place?
Providing for his family just to cover. It's
Big enough with
possible, especially with the whole Ripper thing.
All right. I'm headed in.
Maybe Rose has really expensive tastes. They can't just do the white picket fence thing. Oh, I can talk to Sonny now? Oh, that's cool.
How was the ride?
Hey, Sonny. Fine, thanks. Though I wouldn't call it the smoothest ride ever. You sure that thing's really airworthy?
Well, what do you expect? You're traveling at a few dozen times the speed of sound. I mean, she operates well within all the projected margins of safety, so yes. We'll have to work on the turbulence levels a bit before we can take tourists on it. But come on, you really can't complain.
So, it's meant mainly for cargo at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Christina
We got
Percelli.
a contract with COTS, NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services. Mostly handling space
Oh, the
deliveries,
same voice
that
actor
kind
from
of
4.
thing. We also joined the C3PO, the Commercial Crew
Must I
and
know her
Cargo
from?
Program Office's passenger transport program.
So soon we'll have private spacecraft bringing crew to the International Space Station. Wild times we're living in.
Well, the space race has been over for decades now. It's no longer something countries engage in.
Oh,
for
Momo and
vanity.
Xenosaga.
Still, lots of people
Okay.
are starting to see the industrial value of zero-gravity experiments. Plus, the costs are getting lower and lower with each passing year, to the point where we'll have a serious space tourism industry before long.
Yeah, I heard about the space hotel the Russians opened up. But we're still not going any further than orbit, right?
Well, one company's planning to have a lunar landing craft complete by 2020. Not ours, though. I'm just hoping we can get to Jupiter while Hal's still alive.
Jupiter, huh? Wow, that's pretty far.
Oh, hey! How did Earth look from up there?
I can't even put it into words. I know I was still under the Kármán line, but it looked exactly like every satellite photo of Earth I've ever seen. No borders, no nothing. Just a whole lot of blue. Hopefully
Tell
next
ya.
time around I can take my time and enjoy it.
Wikipedia deep dive.
But first things
Kojima's
first, you
writing
know?
process. We'll see if we still get that in
Well, good luck,
Death
Jack.
Stranding if it ever comes out.
Right in.
I know, right, sir? Yeah, it's like, what's the game? That Futurama episode where they're like, Star Trek needs to give us visions, hope for the future. And he's like, yeah, but it's set 800 years in the past. Oh shit, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. Can you all not do that, please? Oh my gosh. I am trying to steal your spines. The stun lock mechanics in this game are a thing.
This cannot be.
Ha! I died to a bunch of mooks that didn't even have any armor. That's funny. How do you trigger it? Is it like context sensitive for a certain area? Oh, that guy didn't have an arm that time. That's interesting. I thought the arms were all scripted. Possibly not. You ass. Breath to a few. Alright, I might do it in a sec. Really? Okay. Surprised that gave that to me. Hopefully dying didn't reset the first codec call. I'll try here in a second. It's Ryan time! Get on the Hydra's back.
Sonny?
Nobody designed her.
Nobody?
Yep. She pretty much evolved by herself.
I think I may be missing something here.
We used a genetic algorithm to make it. And then there's that. We build the cars for bullet trains and stuff. Basically, we start by creating a few different models of aircraft.
I mean,
each design
yes.
is treated as the genes for a new
Machine
aircraft.
learning is a thing
They
you
all
could
get
use to make
cross-bred with each other in
things.
virtual space. Eventually,
But it's
you come
just,
up
that's
with
so fucking
offspring
stupid.
that exhibit genes that
Yeah, we
match
built that
original
spaceship
design.
with genetic algorithms.
You know, children.
Offspring.
Each child then competes with the others for survival in the virtual space. The kids that have the best aerodynamic traits survive and pass on their genes,
Yeah,
creating the
right.
next generation of aircraft.
This,
You get this sort of gene-based evolution across generations, like animals in real life.
after the
I'm having a
codec
hard
helped
time
explain it.
imagining aircraft having kids like that. Anyway, what's with the two wings on the top and the bottom?
Oh yeah, the swept wings? They're set up so that the sonic booms they create wind up bashing against each other, cutting down on shockwaves. The idea has been hard to implement due to issues with elevation and wingtip treatment. But thanks to the genetic algorithm, the RLV worked out all the problems herself.
Herself, huh? Makes it sound like you're more breeder than designer.
Alright, so that's actually a thing, right? I don't think anyone's using it to make real technology, but for example, you can see a machine learning algorithm that generates a wireframe randomly and then sees if it can walk. And then you put in some parameters and say, okay, well, if it can move this speed, then it walks well. If it falls down, that's not stable. And then it makes random little mutations over many, many generations of the wireframe until you have something that is stable and can walk quickly. And surprise, it produces the same like structures that nature produced, where you have something that's bipedal or you have something that's like a spider that moves around. I don't think anyone's using it to build cool spaceships that are more aerodynamic than other spaceships. That's you're right. That's the most Kojima thing ever. Did a Wikipedia deep dive on that and was like, oh yeah, Sonny totally used genetic algorithms to make a spaceship.
RLV after it dropped me off?
Running on autopilot, she'll circumnavigate the Earth and head back.
Wow, a trip around the world, huh?
That's the sort of distance you need to reach orbital velocity. She had to lower her altitude pretty drastically to drop the landing craft. So getting back up for her was a pretty rough trip.
Rough? How?
In terms of damage to the craft, I mean.
Proof of
Running in
concept
ramjet
on it in
mode
the
helps
end.
conserve fuel a lot, so she's
What
good
makes
there,
it different
but-
from machine learning?
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of two sides of the same coin, right? I guess
Oh, no.
genetic
All in the name of
algorithms
peace,
are
right?
allowing for
Besides,
random
it makes for a good
mutation
load
and then
experiment.
brute forcing
I'm
to
kinda
see if it
surprised
improves the
actually worked,
output.
actually.
What?
Oh,
What?
I'm just teasing. Don't be so serious.
I think I'll probably recognize it when it
So
starts.
what kind of engine is this lace thing?
It's short for liquid air cycle engine. A lace uses liquid hydrogen to chill and liquefy the oxygen in the air. The reaction between the liquefied hydrogen and oxygen creates propulsion. On this RLV, the lace is combined with ramjets for maximum efficiency. Once the solid rocket boosters lift her off and bring her to Mach 3, she switches to ramjet propulsion mode. In the meantime, she's taking in and liquefying oxygen from the air. Once there's enough, the lace is ignited. If it wasn't for that hybrid engine, it would have been pretty rough for an RLV to pull that trick that it did. You know, lowering its elevation just long enough to drop a landing craft.
Incremental seeking for
Well, I'm
maximum.
impressed. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be on your side of the
So
world.
it's not random.
And I wouldn't even be here if not
Right,
for you.
okay. Similar
Don't forget
idea.
that, okay? A lot of
One is
people
like, okay,
appreciate
let's
what you've
increase
done
this
for them.
variable by
I'll try not
0.001 see what the result is. 0.002, see what the result is. Whereas genetic algorithm would be like increased every variable by 23. Genetic could be done without a machine learning system. You use a randomization system and a rating system. Right, because you have to have something to say, okay, like in the case I was giving of the wireframe that you're trying to teach how to walk, you have to explain what good walking is for it to be able to learn whether its iterations are productive or not.
This lace thing?
It's short for liquid air cycle engine. A
No,
lace
right, sir?
uses liquid hydrogen to chill and liquefy the oxygen in the air. The reaction between the liquefied hydrogen and oxygen creates propulsion. On this RLV, the lace is combined with ramjets for maximum.
Is she only supposed to be 11?
Once the solid
Really?
rocket boosters lift her off and bring her to in the mean. If it was,
Well, I'm...
don't.
So what kind of...
It's short. A lace on this. Once the in the mean. If it wasn't.
Well, I'm...
Don't forget.
I'll try not... So what...
It's a lace on this.
Bummer.
Once
I guess it's stuck on that one.
Well, I'm...
Don't forget.
I'll try... You see that? Their exif codes show up as unaffiliated.
I don't mind listening to him though, because that's some funny Metal Gear shit. Somebody read a Wikipedia article and went too far with it.
It's evidence against them.
No, it's their alibi. They're making it look like Desperado hacked their soldiers on sight, because everyone knows Desperado has a contract with...
The Pakistani rebels. But if we go public with the Desperado Marshall connection...
Won't matter. Not when they've got this
Looks like an
big
adult.
foreign threat all cooked up and ready to serve.
I was gonna say Raiden doesn't look that much older, given that she's an adult now, but...
Remember WMDs in Iraq?
Damn it, you're right. It's another slam dunk. What about any humans on the base? Marshall only...
It's really interesting that they decided to make like 9/11 and its Fallout canon in the Metal Gear universe, because I don't think it's mentioned at all in the other
They never
games.
publicized what airport the president was flying into, not in this region. And almost no one would have access to an outside line for security reasons. It wouldn't be difficult to keep things hush-hush, at least until Air Force One arrives.
I'm heading for the control tower. If I can destroy the antenna array, the US military will know something's wrong.
Good idea. Be careful.
Sam's gone.
I guess I assume she was an adult because she had a job working for Elon Musk. I should know better.
Raiden, there is no time to worry about the soldiers. Get to the control tower.
Oh, well. I have to kill the soldiers, though, if I trigger an alert, it turns out, so can't completely get away with that. Wow. Kill those guys, can't kill a security camera. Sure.
Hey, so how's Otacon?
There we
About
go.
time he starts thinking about marriage, isn't it?
I don't know if he is or not, but either way, no dice yet. He likes to go on about how nobody would ever be happy with him long term, but it doesn't seem like he has too much trouble keeping busy on Saturday nights. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, he was a huge geek back when he was younger.
Maybe, but even so, he's still a nice guy. I doubt he was ever that lonely.
Yeah, I suppose. But he really changed once he got into his 30s. Got a lot more attractive.
Yeah, but he
Really?
still has this really bad habit of keeping the ladies at arm's length. It winds up making him look really awkward.
It's hard for me to not hate Otacon because of how much I hate his dad and voiced by the same person.
Easier said than done, I guess. So what about you, Sonny?
Me? Well, I've got science. That's all the love
I'm
I
11. It does say age 11
Sounds
there,
like
doesn't
you've
it?
got your own problems in that department.
Hey, Raiden, you gonna keep that pup after this mission?
That...
The Robot?
Oh, you mean Wolf?
Yeah. He's kind of a cutie.
You think so? I don't think he's really the cuddling type, Sonny.
Otacon's like
Plus,
Huey,
he's
except
not
he can take
exactly
responsibility
mine.
for his
Just
actions.
keeps following me around.
Oh, yeah? Can I have him?
Oh, I don't mind. But I don't know about him. He's kind of his own, animal. I check with him first. It's his call, not mine.
Oh. Oh, well.
He'd probably say yes, though. I mean, he seems to like you a hell of a lot more than me.
Really? Oh, I sure hope so. Thanks a lot, Raiden.
Wouldn't even shake for me.
That's funny. I'm glad they brought back codec calls. Huey, for me, like, the idea of the twist that Huey acts like Otacon and is, like, simpering and apologizing and saying it wasn't his fault and he was framed the whole time, like, it turning out to be actually true, that, or him actually being lying the whole time was a cool twist, but I feel like the game didn't really sell it very well. I guess if you played Peace Walker, you know he's kind of a douchebag, but... Oh right, I have a sword, don't I? I do. You see nothing. Oh shit, I guess you do see something, don't you? Cannon dictates he had to get away with it, yeah. I don't think I got his arm out of there, did I? No. Bummer. They just talked about Doggo! Don't you dare fuck with Robot Doggo.
Where are they?
Is it a Metal Gear? One heck of a bottle. God, Akubiko. Non-clinical PTSD. The Sunnies, I think, foreshadowed it. That'd be cool. Hey, he's got a radome. Hit Metal Gears in the balls. That's where they're weak. Now, maybe that's not the case in this game. Hey, it's this asshole.
Well, if it isn't Saucy Jack. Just a little too late.
Saucy Jack. Okay.
Armstrong. Impressive little toy you've got there. But your plan ends here.
Idiot! You're not ending our plan. You're expanding it. Check the internet lately.
Is there anyone in the Senate who looks like that?
Raiden, Air Force One is turning back to the States.
What? How'd they know?
Someone posted photos of what's happening on the base. The whole world is up in arms.
Show me.
Just gonna watch all the streams.
The story leaked early. Then Marshall's plan is ruined.
The hell it is. Look what they're saying. The story just went live, and already they're calling for blood.
It's interesting with the likes. This game's commenting on something very different than what Kojima ever commented on.
By Americans. Besides, a few dozen soldiers is tragic, but nothing to start a major war over.
That's just a spark, son.
Bryden's doing his best. Quentin Flynn is doing his best Batman voice.
America's wanted this war for years. The Patriots, they knew war was good for the economy. 4 years later, their legacy lingers on.
The memes.
The memes. It's interesting because like this game uses meme correctly, but it comes across as silly because of the way people have repurposed the word.
No faith, without guiding principles of their own. Give yourself up to the whole. No need to better yourself. You're American. You're number one.
I'm Liberian,
the only
bitch.
value left is dollar value, the economy. So we'll do whatever it takes to keep it humming along.
Villain monologue.
Even war. Especially war.
Bullshit!
The Patriots planted the seed. We don't need them around to filter and foster their memes any longer. We're spreading them just fine ourselves. Woman and child. We're all sons of the Patriots now! We just need something to jumpstart the economy out of this funk. This recession it's been stuck in since the fall of SOP.
And the military costs? Wasting billions is going to help the economy?
DMCs, arms manufacturers, job creators, Jack. All those workers spending money, paying taxes. Trust me.
The final boss of Metal Gear Rising is a Republican.
So grease the gears with some innocent blood, is that it?
Oh, relax,
Raiden
Jack.
takes on the GOP.
It's a war on terror. We're not out to kill civilians. Extremists, lawless gangs, madmen. Of course, that would have to include you. Wouldn't want any eyewitness reports complicating the message.
Yeah, he's definitely like laying down the cheese, Uber. I like it. It works for his character and what he's doing. Same issue with like MGS5, like the voice performances, I don't think they were given any direction to present cheese as cheese. Of course, he's personally piloting the thing. Because why wouldn't he? Crap battle. Broke by knife. Metal Gear Excelsus, okay. Ouch. Is that something I could parry? Probably not. I have to jump over it, presumably. When you fight something that is big, it's like I don't know what I can parry and what I can't. There we go. Looks like I'm able to block it at least. I like that when you block it, it still like travels through your body. You just don't take the damage, right? Codex are good.
Raiden, are you okay? That's a pretty crazy Metal Gear.
Kind of
Still
a far
take
cry
damage
from
when you
Mark
block.
2 and 3, huh, Sonny?
In the end, nothing ever changes. Science always ends up being used
I
for
thought war
war.
has changed.
No, it's like any weapon. It's only a tool. It's all up to who wields it. Not everyone has their own selfish agenda. Some people
Block
like
that, but
you
not the
are making
hammers.
a difference for the better.
If only I could believe that.
Cheer up, Sonny. You have the power to bring hope to a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right.
Totally have time to do this. Poor Wolf.
My. A Metal Gear Excelsus.
I know I've heard that name before.
Indeed. It made the news several times during development. A lot of people thought they'd have a hard time finding a buyer.
It's enormous.
One of the first large-scale, multi-legged tanks AT Corp has made in
It's
some
not bipedal. I don't know if we can get on board with that. It's going to be trash. You can't use it for deterrence if it has more than 2 legs.
So why do it?
The advance of artificial musculature is one reason miniaturization has grown so rapidly. But another is the shift from nuclear deterrence to asymmetrical warfare. Deploying such a large unit for guerrilla or urban warfare.
We're not using it for deterrence. Asymmetrical warfare. That's what you need more than 2 legs for.
Once cyborg tech began to advance, though, small-scale UGs were no longer so effective. Against an adversary of the same size, a cyborg with human-level decision-making skills, well, it will always have the advantage.
Isn't it being piloted, though?
As the theory goes, why not make UGs giant again? Overwhelm the cyborg with sheer firepower.
Oh, I see. Never mind. I misunderstood what he was saying.
That led to Excelsus.
Like you said, overkill.
Make a giant robot because it would be cool, is basically what they just said.
Right?
Correct. Assuming you weren't intending to raise the urban area in the process anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, a Gecko-class UG is too large for many parts of city areas, but also too small to simply trample any buildings and such standing in its way. But this magnificent beast, it could smash whole houses without even breaking stride.
And what? It's just sorry, but fuck you, civilians? I mean, even if they were just
so many
not
swear
houses,
words.
the media'd have a field day.
I sincerely doubt they care. If a US soldier dies in combat, it's nationwide front-page news. If civilians in wherever Stan are killed in an airstrike, nobody gives a second thought. But you know, they talk about the deterrent effect of this UG, about it striking fear in people's hearts. If there is a UG airstrike, you don't have any time
I was just chilling underground until Raiden arrived, yeah. It's just waiting.
Was lumbering your way.
Armstrong has like a camera out waiting for him to show up.
Trained guerrillas.
Precisely. Thus, the UG would only be fighting against...
See, that's the problem. If Kojima was in charge of this game, he would have had a codec that explains why it was underground.
Plus, the legs make navigating rugged terrain a veritable walk in the park. And it would take much more than a rocket launcher to take it down. The crew couldn't be safer.
Is there really that much demand, though?
Ah, that is the question, yes. Of course, we would seem to have our answer now. If things go the way Armstrong wants them to, before too long, we could see whole herds of Excelsi trampling across Pakistan's Sparta.
Underground trains?
Hell of a politician.
Yeah, it's scary.
He's calling this an anti-terror war, saying he's not gonna harm any civilians.
Despite the fact that tons have been killed already in so-called wars on terror. Besides, the terror here is all fake.
Yeah.
I know it's not exactly unheard of for groups in Pakistan to terrorize the government, but, I mean, this is so ridiculous. Going on this noble quest to shoot down terrorists and restore faith in America?
What he said, though, it works.
What do you mean?
You saw the footage. Hamilton's fine, and still everyone's calling for blood. The people have spoken. They want war. And Armstrong's doing it all for the money. And for his polling numbers. Bastard will do whatever it takes to get the public on his side. I kill him, and I don't know. Then what?
It's a good
What's
question.
It gonna change? If the world's gonna do its own
Saw
thing,
like 3
either
Reddit
way,
comments.
What's the...
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. Just because people want war, that makes it okay to start one purely for profit? For some twisted sense of pride?
That's not what Raiden said at all. You paying attention?
And let's not forget, he's trying to kill you. Look, just... How about I save your data while you get your head together?
Oh wait, no, there's auto-saving. I
I'm
don't need
fine,
to save.
Courtney. Just gotta stop him. I'll think about the rest of this afterward.
Okay. Just make sure you come back in one piece, all right?
I forgot you could manually save in this.
You okay?
Yeah. Just wasn't expecting that, that's all. They didn't need to kill Hamilton at all for Tecumseh to work. Fabricating an assassination attempt was all they really needed to do.
Yeah. I should have guessed considering the political climate in the US. Ever since the Occupy movement, Wall Street's been manipulating the media. You know, scapegoating foreign interests in order to divert the public's attention.
Which played a part in the Patriot memes, just like he was saying.
Probably. If being an American's the only thing you've got to be proud of, it's easy to just start blaming non-Americans for all the problems you have to deal with.
And it's not just a US thing either. You've seen how anti-immigration all the first world nations are these days. The whole "they took our jobs" bit. It's an easy story to swallow.
The Patriots spreading their memes worldwide. That's how Armstrong had probably put it. And, just like he said, materialism runs rampant among the financial elite. They see exploiting the poor as a sign of their success. They entered businesses that accomplish nothing for anyone besides themselves. I mean, it's a fact that manufacturing jobs have been drained from first world countries. Immigration or not. That's not the immigrants' fault. It's the fault of the bankers and the financiers. The folks who pressed for globalization so they could pad their quarterly figures.
Yeah, pretty obvious if you take a sec to think about it.
That's harder than you think, you know. Getting an objective picture of what's really going on? Hell of a lot easier to passively accept other people's opinions and standards. Still, the memes that get spread around can be good and bad in equal measures. It's our job to pick the good ones and spread those around a little more.
Sure is.
I don't know that we have the capability to make those choices. You should watch that CGP Grey video. This video will make you angry.
Raiden, that tank is from AT Corp, codename Metal Gear Excelsus.
Right, Scar.
It's not nuclear equipped, but Metal Gear is still in the product name.
Fancy. That's just a PR thing then, huh?
Perhaps. The term was coined because they were meant to serve as gears. Gears linking infantry with weaponry, duh?
I guess Ray didn't have any nukes either.
Duh. It will be useless as a tactical weapon with that sort of equipment. Once we entered the era of asymmetrical warfare after the Cold War, the idea of a deterrent force fell out of fashion.
Right, because people preferred weapons that could actually be used to kill people.
Yes, I would guess they call it Metal Gear to separate it from smaller Walker-type UGs. Excelsus means high or lofty. It is also the species name of Apatosaurus, the dinosaur.
Apatosaurus? That used to be Brontosaurus, right? It's definitely
Wikipedia deep dive!
But why do they have one? I'm sure they can afford it, but I thought the whole point of Tecumseh was to shift the blame away from world market.
I'm only partially kidding when I say that I honestly think that Kojima has gotten some plot points from reading a Wikipedia
I know
article.
Desperado makes good money, but this is not a thing thugs like that could purchase. I think the purpose is to make this incident seem bigger and more elaborate than it really is. With this, it appears like
Just like 3 hours clicking, opening new tabs.
Supporting Desperado. It suggests that ISI is involved, or maybe terrorists from an OPEC nation. It will lead to war.
Yarn companies and cork
One with
manufacturers.
two very distinct sides for a change.
Christ. And that asshole Armstrong calls it a war on terror.
If the Western nations begin chasing
I'm gonna die in this fight, but I'll try to learn the enemy's attacks.
just as before. And before long, Western civilians will once again become targets. Can you stop it, Ryan?
Don't know, but I gotta try.
Alright, cool. Yay, Kodak calls.
Can't
Nope.
be happening. Raiden? Raiden!
Iframes aren't long enough to get out of the way of that. I probably just have to run out of this path. Well, no, I had no, I'm out of healing items. So I need to die. Shit. Shit, I got a dodge leader. Yeah, and I have no rations, and I had like 16% of my health left when I came out of the Kodak. Pretty clear I was about to die. Ouch. Cool. Screw you, leg. Got time for your shit. Can't get to the other leg? I really like the legs. Easy dodge pattern. Hey, ads! Maybe I'll drop healing. Nice. That was rad. Shit. Oh, that's a bummer. I did just drop some healing too. Oh, that's cool. There's mid-fight, checkpoints. That's fair. Just doing pretty decently at dodging, so I learned the smash attack. Even them geckos. I have to jump over that's probably my best chance.
What's wrong? Answer me! Raiden!
He might stay stunned for the duration of Ripper mode if you're able to use it. Summons ads that he immediately kills, right? I'm just gonna ignore the geckos now. Maybe I'll try to pick up what they drop. I gotta practice more dodging though. I don't have enough meter, do I? Give me a leg I can attack, please. Shit. Didn't dodge in time. Bummer. Nope. Dodge early. I might be able to dodge that. I think I did last time. Able to get a bunch of damage in as a result. Yeah, give me your leg. Let's do it. Please change, probably. Yeah, right. That's pretty cool. That makes sense. That's pretty silly. Oh, I failed the Alright, I thought I pressed it, but whatever. At least it puts me right back there. Great. I thought given that the sword was coming at the other angle, it was going to have me press X instead of Y. I was incorrect. That is pretty cool that he uses the giant sword, though. Very silly. During giant mech fights. I know, right? Alright. It's YYYB. Got it. Hope you guys like the first part of this cutscene. Plot super strength. X a bunch of times. Y. I really like the God of War 2018 approach to QTEs. I think there's actually an accessibility option to turn them off too, which is interesting. Yeah, save or die. I use this for it at the end, that's fantastic. It's too funny. Destroyed. D rank. That's fine. Giant sword is pretty cool. I liked it. Alright, dude, you're about to have a bad day.
Slippery little bastard.
He doesn't seem to be appropriately afraid.
I don't have time for this.
I don't know what got cleared, but if you guys wouldn't mind if you don't talk about anything that's coming up. You can talk about it in exclamation point hide if you like. If you type exclamation point hide before your message, I won't be able to see it. Oh, no worries. Nobody's in trouble. People do it sometimes. I do it myself to other people. It's really hard to not be pumped about something cool. I also don't know what it was, so looks like Surf got you on the clear. Is he going Senator Super Saiyan?
Let's go.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? That's so stupid, I love it. That's not why he's able to do this, it's because he's fucking cyborg, but I love like that's the reason why he can do this. It's very like it's the fucking funniest thing ever. It's very One Punch Man. Yeah, I do like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups.
Could have gone pro if I hadn't joined the Navy. I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the president in two with my bare hands.
I play college ball.
Don't fuck with this, Senator.
Jesus fucking Christ. The crowd cheering. Oh, it's the cheesiest fucking thing in the universe. I love it.
What the hell are you? Why don't you stick around and find out?
This whole game has been worth it just for that. I've had some issues with it up to this point, but it's perfect now. I feel really bad for anybody who watched the beginning of the YouTube playthrough where I was complaining about the opening mission and didn't get to see me respond to this. This guy's a No More Heroes boss, right? Oh shit, I wasn't close enough. I love that his name is just Senator. It doesn't even say Armstrong. He just kicked me in the dick. Okay, so he has a lot of delayed attacks. Gotcha.
Cannot be. Raiden, what happened? You're supposed to be stronger than this.
Yeah, chill out. I keep wanting to. I keep expecting that dodge will cancel whatever action I'm doing, and it's not how it works. I basically have to not let him hit me ever to win this fight, I think. Given that I have no healing. Alright, I gotta get away from him when he does that. Yeah, I can't try to dodge when he starts doing that. I gotta run away, I think. Codec. Okay, after I die, I'll do it here. I keep wanting to roll. I should probably just avoid dodging entirely and just avoid him. I think he punishes attempts to use the dodge ability. Oops.
Are you alright, Raiden?
More or less. What is with this guy?
I don't know. I mean, he's a senator, right? I can understand if he was piloting Metal Gear, but a normal human being able to send you flying like that? It's inconceivable.
Yeah. Unless that body's more than human.
You think it's more than human? You think so?
I don't like this one bit.
If I knew it was gonna be like this, I would have never helped you get to Pakistan.
Don't worry. Just means this will be a little more of a workout. I'll be back soon, with souvenirs.
Raiden.
One sec, I'm gonna customize real quick. Since I don't have any rations, I can probably get some shit for super cheap. Yeah. Just give me more time to learn the fight. Poor wolf.
Strength is simply astounding. He is at least your match, if not more. You appear to have a speed advantage, but even a single blow from him could prove fatal.
What the hell is he, Doc? Cyborg?
I cannot say. I assume it would be impossible for a politician to conceal enhancements from
nanomachines.
And as far as I can see from here, he does not appear to be a cyborg.
Shit, well, what is he?
So, what then?
Some kind of new technology, perhaps? It is certainly nothing I am familiar with. Patriot censorship is gone, but I'm still not privy to everything. Classified data research, for example. In any case, against such force, I should think that parrying is the best you can hope for. However, this could make counter-attacking even more difficult. For now, all you can do is fend him off. Do not venture too close. Watch for him to act.
Damn it.
He's a meme. Yeah. I love is like the fact that his health bar says Senator instead of Armstrong just suggests to me that they knew how stupid that was, right?
Are you alright?
It's great.
Yeah, a little shaken up, but I'm okay.
I played college ball.
This is not going to be easy.
Raiden, you've got to make it back, okay? Promise me.
Sure, Courtney. But for now...
Yes, yes.
You got it.
Final boss is
forget
the GOP.
Just nice to hear a friendly voice.
You can save the sweet talk for your wife. Just beat Armstrong and come back here in one piece.
Damn! What the hell is that guy on? He sent you flying with one punch. There's no way he's 100% human.
If you've got any more intel on him, Kev, now'd be a good time to share it.
Yeah, Solidus being a president was pretty goofy, but he was still Solidus, right?
Just any kind of cyborg augmentation, but his body has to have been modified somehow.
That much I'd guessed.
Stop! But he is just politician.
Doesn't seem that way, does it? This is bad.
cannot get a read on his fighting skills. Be careful. Wait
It's
for
great
him
because
to
I
make
was
a
super
move.
expecting him to come out and be all freaked out that Raiden was gonna dice him to pieces. They boomed me and I love it. Mark makes right. He's like Colossus or something. Get away! No. I think the problem is the dodge includes a sword slash, and if you sword slash him during that move, it deflects automatically. Oh shit, I didn't realize it. Nice. Cool. He has so many close calls with his fucking chin.
Typical politician. Big promises, but all talk. What? Jumpstart the economy? What a load of bullshit! All you care about is lining your own pockets. That and your approval ratings. You've got
Yeah, I don't think he denies that.
just like all the rest.
Yeah, end with a fist fight on top of a Metal Gear.
You're just another maggot crawling in the pile.
All right, the truth then. You're right about one thing. I do need capital and votes. Wanna know why? I have a dream.
What?
That one
What?
day, every
Say what
person
again?
in this nation will control their own destiny. A land of the truly free, damn it. A nation of action, not words, ruled by strength, not committee. Where the law changes to suit the individual, not the other way around.
I love that this guy is a new character. He's not like Solidus 2 or something. He's just a ridiculous senator. Oh god, Ben. You unplugged my monitor. Alright, I think we're okay. You guys still hear audio?
Where every man is free to think, to act for himself.
Okay, thanks.
Fuck all these lipstick lawyers and chicken shit bureaucrats.
This fucking guy.
24/7 internet spew of trivia and celebrity bullshit. Fuck American pride. Fuck the media.
He's taking this out on Raiden.
All of it. America's diseased, rotten to the core. There's no saving it. We need to pull it out by the roots. Wipe the slate clean. Burn it down! And from the ashes, a new America will be
Dennis
born.
Leary. Yeah.
Evolved, but unchanged.
He's actually libertarian.
The weak will be purged. And the strongest will thrive.
Fighting
Free to live
juiced up
as they see
Rand
fit.
Paul.
They'll make America great again!
What the
Oh
hell
wow.
are you talking about?
They used the line. This was in 2013.
You still don't get it. I'm using war as a business to get elected! So I can end war as a business. In my new America, people will die and kill for what they believe. Not for money. Not for oil! Not for what they're told is right. Every man will be free to fight his own wars!
This fucking guy.
So, what do you think?
How the hell did you get elected?
That's the first question you ask.
I don't write my own speeches. You should try fighting for what you believe in sometime, Jack.
Yeah, I don't think that's an appropriate comparison either. Maybe this is what people who support Trump think Trump is like in their heart, in their head, because they're not paying attention to anything he says or does.
Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this world of pointless wars, Jack.
Political quarantine gets suspended if the game suspends political quarantine, which it kind of did when it said "Make America Great Again."
You're not greedy. You're batshit insane!
Yeah, I think based on him saying that he hates celebrity culture and celebrity media and stuff, and how America's rotten to the core because everyone's a moron, I think you're probably right, Destroyer.
All omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Not when you're purging the weak, right? What do you know about the weak? You weren't born poor. You've never been hungry. You don't know what it's like to fight.
Yeah, everything is insane.
And kill just to survive.
But you did survive! Through sheer force of will, following your own set of rules. With your own two hands, you took back your life!
And now, I'll take yours.
That was a crazy cutscene. Wow.
Starting to see things my way yet.
Okay, I can roll normally now, that's good. But I don't want to be backflipping into that, turns out. Nope, don't backflip into it. Side dodge, Raiden. Come on. I know, right, Chaos? It's pretty great. I played college ball! Watch his health slowly draining in the corner. Talk about a no-sell, right? I love that they're doing this too, using the gameplay as storytelling. Just watching how slowly his health is going down.
Why won't you die?
That would have happened at some health percentage if he hadn't have gotten me so low.
Nanomachines, son.
Of course it's nanomachines.
They harden in response to physical
Nanomachines, son.
You can't hurt me,
He's
Jack.
nanomachine Colossus.
What did I just say?
Nanomachine, son. I like that they're kind of making fun of nanomachines with it. Doggo! Bring me Sam's sword! I kind of wish they wouldn't have shown the dog, though. I wish they would have just shown up to save the day. Yeah, it's essentially making fun of Metal Gear Solid 4, exactly. His dialogue is some of the best in the entire series, just because it's like... The actor is super charismatic, he's owning the cheese, and the lines are just like... a real person that's pissed off and ranting, right?
Right. Whoa. Begin playback.
2 years I've been working towards this. And on the last day, Blondie has me downing the whole thing. We'll leave it up to fate then, shall we, Wolfie? A duel to the death. May the best man win.
Sam.
I cut him down, and that's that. Back to a regularly scheduled international incident. But if he beats me, if I die here, the lock on my blade will disable after a couple hours.
Of course.
What happens after that is up to you, Wolfie.
Ha! Even dead, that guy's a pain in my ass. So...
His lines are just the best.
Little sword can save your master. Well, go ahead then. But make no mistake, Fido. When I'm finished with him, you're next.
I was not designed to fear termination.
Huh?
However, Directive 01 is to ensure all data acquired is preserved and passed along. To expire here would violate that directive.
That's a good boy.
However, Raiden came to my aid. I have learned from him. When Samuel fell, data analysis was inconclusive. But that has changed. I have established new parameters now. Created my own...
Yay, Robot Doggo! Later, Reaper. Thanks again for subbing. I'll be in touch with you. I thought I was gonna play as the dog. That works too, though.
Damn much!
Armstrong! I said my sword was a tool of justice. Not used in anger. Not used for vengeance.
He's gonna use this one in anger.
But now I'm not so sure. And besides...
He literally kicked the dog, I know, right?
Isn't my sword.
Just in case you liked him too much. I like how they even kind of parody the fist fight on top of the Metal Gear. Like, no, that's dumb. This is a game about swords. Oh, he actually takes damage now, right on. But he has 200% health, so of course he does. He's got cool attack animations. Oh shit, too close to him.
Cannot be! Raiden, what happened? You're supposed
That's
to be
okay.
stronger than this.
We'll learn the fight. I probably just need to not use the dodge. Same reason as phase 1. shit. That hurts. Stun lock. Not fun. Okay, I gotta get out of that when he uses that move. It has the red you can parry it animation, but you really can't.
This can't be happening. Raiden? Raiden!
You know what? Fuck this war. I just want you dead.
Okay. Ground AoE indicator. Got it. Shit. Nope. Tried to use the dodge again. Just shouldn't bother. I can't cancel the mode. Oh, it gave me a meter to cut it. Okay, let's go. Oh shit. Okay. That was different than the first one. I thought I was just gonna be mash the button again. Got it. Well, that's not a good start. Really not a good start. Golly. That still damages me, I think.
What happened? What is going on? Raiden, answer me! Raiden!
What about moving too far to the side? In which sequence? I didn't think I moved at all. I thought I was just standing still. Oh, I dodged before I sliced. Oh, I see. Turns out you can't hold left trigger through that attack. At least now I know. I had no health anyway, so it's worth it to learn something at least. Shit. I feel like I wasted all my rations in every other fight in the game.
Cannot be. Raiden, what happened? You're supposed to be stronger than this.
It's basically impossible for me to get rations back, right? So I'm not getting like money every time I die. I know, right? Shit. It's cool, just have to beat him for real. No big deal. I think I like the game a lot more when I don't have rations, though. I feel like I earn it when I win. Like, if I could keep the same difficulty level but turn rations off, I would. I mean, I guess I could, you know, not equip them, but, like, why wouldn't I equip them? You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather they just not exist in the game than that to be a player choice. Shit. Now I basically have to learn how to play the game. 7 hours into it. Yeah. I don't understand. Sometimes I interrupt his attacks. I'm not clear on what causes that to happen. Yeah, it's like the entire late game is just like 3 boss fights. Alright, let's practice this again. Alright, so I have to line that up, which I haven't had to do for most of the game. So, is there a way for me to slash directly with the right stick? Because I've just been using the X button for most of the game. Oh shit, I didn't realize I was still doing damage, or that I was close enough to be able to get hit by it. I need to practice the next phase, since I haven't really been able to practice using the right stick. Do I need to have meter to be able to stop that? Maybe I just pressed the button too early. Yeah, it's really the Dark Souls of Senators. Yeah, now I'm staggering him. Can I only stagger in this mode or something? No. I'm pressing that as it comes in. I don't know why it's not triggering.
You know what? Fuck this war. I just want
Just a number of hits. I'm wondering if I should just stop trying to avoid him and just try to get as many hits as I can in. I just need to be able to practice this attack here. It's save or die, unfortunately. No, I guess it's not save or die if my health is... Oh, but he's gonna do it again. I see. So I have to slice this to progress the fight, so I can't avoid it by other means. How much time do I have? It doesn't seem like that one was possible. I have to be able to get all of them in the line, right? And that time I was getting the top two and the bottom right one, but not the third one? Or was I looking at it wrong? You need to aim your look. How do I do that? Left stick, I guess? Well, that sucks. Double sucks. Might take the rest of the session for me to win this because I have to learn mechanics that didn't really matter up till now and avoid that save or die thing. Aim is with the left stick, is what you're telling me? So I need to move both the left and right sticks? Nope. Oh.
What happened? What's going on? Raiden, answer me! Raiden!
I need to like pop out to a VR mission that you have to do that in and practice it, because I have to do a lot of fighting him before I get a chance to try it again. Because I don't think I've ever moved the left stick during that animation before. I'll let the rocks get too close. But isn't that just a cutscene that you trigger? It's like you press the L button and then the rocks are there no matter what you do. It's not a cutscene? Okay.
This can't be happening. Raiden? Raiden!
So I need to press it sooner than I'm currently pressing it? And if I press it too late, it's already game over? Okay. So much for that plan. Okay, I feel like I'm pressing it the instant the thing pops up. I can't mash it because then I'll let go of it when it comes in. Can I back up at the beginning? Oh, that's much better. Okay, thanks for telling me about the being further back thing, because otherwise I would have just failed that over and over and been confused why I couldn't line them up. I pressed it earlier than it gave me an option to try to anticipate the wireless controller latency, and it let me do it that time. Hopefully this game is nice and that's a... Oh, got a ration. Green attack. Huh. Gave me the you should use the thing. Try it next time. Don't tell me how that works. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Some kind of shenanigan when he triggers that. Rations are a reward. Oh, I tried pressing the parry button and it made me dash toward him. Oh, now I'm dead. The chance of me making it back to this phase is higher now. Nope. Don't dodge backwards. Decent an okay amount of damage, actually. Nice. My sword goes shit. One shots your entire HP bar. Interesting. Oh, now we're dead. Try pressing it early again, but if it comes in too late, it's already too late. I can't win. Shit, I think I fucked it up. Please give me those rations. Don't drop them. Shit. I triggered one by accident there. Oh, I see. That's where I thought they were going with it last time, but I never got right behind him to see the thing appear. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna run backwards again. That seemed to help last time. Oh, 0.1%. It's one of the coolest bosses in the series. I'd like to try this in a really hard difficulty. And now QT's save or die, right? Nice. It's funny, I've been fighting this guy long enough now that, like, I completely forgot how ridiculous the fight is in the first place. This is a good way to end the Metal Gear series. I wasn't sure at the beginning of this game was going to succeed in washing the taste of MGS4, Peace Walker, and oh, cool. That's cool. Peace Walker and 5 out of my mouth, but this is definitely achieving it. Aren't you guys glad I didn't make you spend sub-block hours or stir points on it?
Your dream dies with you. Oh, maybe not. You've guaranteed the status quo will go on.
Yeah, the Endgame is like
at least.
the best part of this whole game.
War will continue as an institution.
I think the fact that this game got cut down and isn't as big as they wanted it to be is actually good for it, because the best part of the game is when you have these really short missions with a boss fight, and a really short mission and a boss fight, and then another 2 boss fights in a row. Like, if this game was just like Shadow of the Colossus and nothing but crazy sword boss fights, because I think Mistral, Monsoon, Sam, the shield guy whose name I forgot. The bosses in this game are incredible. They're the best part of it by a long shot. They made the trash mobs a little bit too resilient.
Use whatever methods you
Sundowner hits.
You don't let legal bullshit get in the way. And if it costs a few lives, so be it.
The death monologue of this guy. I think there's core bits of gameplay in the... Oh my god, that's hilarious. Probably why it was white instead of red.
Deep inside,
I miss good bosses. The bosses in Peace Walker were all actively terrible, and there were like no bosses at all in MGS 5. So last time we had bosses was 4, and even those ones are a little weak. The Snake Eater 2 and 1 all had fantastic bosses. Nano Machine's son. I guess the quiet fight in Phantom Bane was fine. Yeah. Sneaking Sahelanthropus was a cool mission, but fighting Sahelanthropus was really dumb. You just got in a tank and pointed it at him and shot it non-stop. The Eli one wasn't bad. Or a Sama Blade. Infinite Wig. It's funny. I like it.
Official pet right for your family? But first, our top story. President Hamilton returns from Pakistan today, completing his first visit to the country since the failed assassination attempt in Shahbazbad last May. In meetings with Pakistani President Farooq Salam, the two leaders agreed to a new joint initiative in the War on Terror, whereby U.S. Marines will be stationed in Pakistan and given wider authority to conduct operations within the country. This is amidst growing tensions within Pakistan between the country's civil and military leadership, with many in the government calling on the ISI...
So I do want to do the DLC for this. Sounds like it's short enough. We'll see, I might start it next week, though.
For the last time, let it go, Courtney. At least Armstrong will never be president.
But, I mean, Raiden.
It's not known whether that number would include private military contractors, which the Hamilton administration has made clear will play a significant role.
There he is.
I have excellent news. We are approved.
Extends off screen forever. That's funny.
Nice work, Doc. I guess the world's first cyborg staffing firm is officially open for business.
We are certified for construction
It is the question mark.
nursing care, but this is just the beginning. The potential for new roles cyborgs can play is limitless.
And we're sure
Okay.
this isn't child labor?
The older children can work now, the rest when they come of age.
It is child labor. Uh-huh. God.
Charity here, huh?
That one's a question mark.
Donations alone.
I guess it could be an exclamation point with a bend on it.
Besides,
That's a question
this way they learn a trade. Perhaps some discipline, huh?
It's not a perfect solution.
Man, just like Phantom Pain, we're okay with having child slaves.
Well, I'm not about to return them to the streets or to broken homes.
Nope, they belong to Maverick
Give
now.
them a chance, huh? Oh,
Child soldiers belong to Diamond Dogs.
Imperfect solution for an imperfect world.
Well, another benefit. A peaceful application for all my research.
It was the perfect amount of dialogue from Armstrong, too. Like, it would have been annoying if we had seen him the whole game. It worked because I underestimated him the whole time. Like, oh, he's kind of buff looking, but...
Speaking of recent events, how's our new recruit working out?
Ah, yes, quite well. Quite well.
Oi, Sonny! Where you have this game?
Oh yeah, I feel like I forgot about this guy.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay. You make me head spin, you know? You're same age as me, but all this spaceship, you're genius, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And you're hot for days.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Alert.
They are translating as slinging English.
Rescinded.
Yeah, I think it really works that it's a surprise. A lesser game would have been building up Armstrong the whole time as a threat. But it's because you're expecting him to walk out of the Metal Gear thing and be like quivering and shaking and afraid you're gonna cut him to bits. And he fucking destroys you.
Me too, you know. Saved my life. I owe him everything. To some people.
The nano machines have nano machines. Nano machines. Micro machines have nano machines.
I know all about his past.
Zeta machines.
He had it rough. And he
Femto
hurt
machines,
a lot
there you
of
go.
people. But that's not
Pico
the Raiden
machines.
I know.
Yep, and Leon's.
The Raiden I know is a hero.
His lava attack, it was actually a super cool boss fight. I don't think there are any bad boss fights in this game. Well, maybe if you count the prologue mission, but I don't think they really count as real bosses. Hey, cool. Well, I'm glad we played Metal Gear Rising. I was feeling pretty bummed about Metal Gear after playing 4 again, which when we played 4 on stream, even though I had played it before, it was effectively blind. I think I had played it once when it came out. I bought a launch PS4 just to play it, and then I was so bummed out by it that I tried to wipe it from my memory. Then we played Peace Walker, which started strong and then got really fucking stupid at the end and had some of the worst boss fights in the series. I actually dreaded bosses in that game. And then 5 was the mess that 5 was. So this is at least a game. It's a complete game with a complete story, cool boss fights. It's not perfect. It's got some issues. Like I said, I think it is good that it isn't as big as they probably originally wanted it to be, because the best part is when they're trying to hurry shit up. You know, let's wrap it up really quick. Raiden's got to ride a fucking spaceship. Let him take a space shuttle. Oh, that's right, Sonny. Let's bring in Sonny for like 5 minutes. That's fine. Armstrong is credited as Steven. Metal Gear Ray is hard as shit on Revengeance. Yeah, it's serviceable. I was annoyed by it in the first hour because I am really over this kind of Platinum Games title of the, you know, stringing combos with light and strong attack, and the order in which you string them gives you different outcomes, but it never matters until you're playing on a hard enough difficulty. Basically, you get away with button mashing the whole game. So the mild improvements I would probably make to this would be to remove rations entirely and really force you to learn some of those key mechanics before the final boss fight. I'd probably also make virtually all the trash mobs in the game die in one hit. Like, the fights they're not challenging enough to make you feel like you're cool for winning them. Like, it's still, if you run up on one of those hammer guys, it's like, okay, I'm gonna beat this guy. It's just I have to take 15 seconds to win instead of, 1 second to win. So it's reading inputs, reading your habits. That's cool. I guess Sam does the same thing. Yeah. I mean, if this at the end of the day is what happens when someone who likes Metal Gear gets control of Metal Gear, I want to see more of that. It's the same with like Star Wars. There's a lot of people who get Star Wars. Like BioWare gets Star Wars, right? And they get control of Knights of the Republic, and they make one of the greatest Star Wars stories in the history of the EU. But at this point, like, I don't want George Lucas to touch it. Or if he's gonna touch it, I want there to be 30 people in the room editing him, turning it into something sensical. Yeah, it feels like Sam was meant to be a bigger element than he ended up being. I think if I were God and I had reality shifting powers to adjust video games without any concern for the time it would take or the money or the budget, the way I would organize this game would be mostly a boss rush, but with short sequences where you're going up against just completely useless guards that you just tear to shreds, I thought it was an interesting choice that they made it so enemies are only executed when you use the blade mode. Because I remember when we first started playing the game in the prologue, I ran up to a guard and I'm like, alright, this is gonna be like Metal Gear Solid 2, I'm gonna slice them once and they'll be dead. And it takes like, 20 or 30 high-speed slashes to kill a regular guard. I'd pretty much get rid of trash entirely, or trash just be a, hey, check out this cool level and the cool spectacle stuff, and then it would mostly be, a heavy focus on those bosses. This credits scroll 50% faster than God of War's. I know, right? These credits are like 20 minutes long. But all it basically ends up meaning is that Metal Gear Rising has about, I would say, 2 or 3 hours of really strong, awesome content, and about 4 hours of crust. But given that the whole thing is sub 8 hours, it's not so bad. It's not like Metal Gear Solid 5 that has about 2 or 3 hours of meat and 47 hours of crust. $35 minutes, wow. No, the crust isn't that bad. It's watchable, it's interesting. It's unique levels. You're not going back to the same outpost over and over, full taunting the same set of guards. I guess it's more like vegetables and dessert. And you can't, I mean, there are games that are all dessert, but I feel like trash does serve a purpose. You don't want it to be constantly high all the time, but it seemed like that's what this game was gonna be. Like, that's how it's kind of sold in the back of the box, is nonstop, absurd, ridiculous all the time. Yeah. No, it's good. I like it. I don't think it's a bad game. It's tough. It's I think I've said before, when I grew up, my parents were really into the local metal scene in Columbus, Ohio. So I've been to a lot of local metal concerts where the people cannot even play their instruments, and as a result, if I see like a local band, like just a cover band that can play their instruments and sing in tune, I'm floored. I'm so impressed. After seeing Metal Gear Solid 4, Peace Walker, and MGS5, I think I'm probably coming at this game way more positively. You know, it's nice to just see a game that's a complete video game. It's a good experience that isn't hyper-dependent on repeat content. The story is surprisingly dark. It's darker than 5, and 5 was like trying to be grimdark.
And how's business?
Oh, good, good. Herr Doctor's research and staffing service certainly help.
I hear World Marshal's looking for a buyer.
Well, you cost them a lot of money, huh? Not to mention killing their funding. Literally. The bread-taking program is finished, but the larger company is not, I'm afraid. Someone will buy them. PMCs are in demand once again.
Yeah. Fighting for reasons they don't understand. Causes they don't believe in.
Beg pardon?
No. Nothing.
Raiden looks really dumb in anything other than a cyborg outfit.
You will not come back.
Sorry, Boris.
I understand. But then, what will you do?
I've got my own war to fight.
Neat. Oh my god, kitties. You just knocked the lights down. Continues, way too fucking many. I'll take a C, that's fine. Less than 8 hours. 300,000 PP. Only use the high frequency blade. Discovered by enemies 50 or more times. Right on. Neat. So you have to beat hard to unlock very hard, and very hard to unlock Revengeance. Cool, so I don't think I want to start the DLC if it would only get 15 minutes into it and the DLC as a whole is only an hour, especially if I'm playing as a new character. So I think we'll wrap there, and then next week we'll go ahead and beat the 2 DLCs, and with time remaining I'll do the sub-blocks that I have to make up for next week. Thanks everybody for hanging out. This game was fun. I'll let you know what's coming up next for this weekend next week.